All right, we are deliberating on the topic, why does my child want attention all the time? I mean, we have seen this in younger children more until about ages 8 or 9. Uh, they are calling up on you every moment, most of the time. It feels like it's back to back, you never get a break. The moment you decide to sit down, they're like, Mommy, look. The minute you're cooking, it's like, Mommy, look, what have I done? And the minute we look at them and say, yeah, 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 they see that it's not real, yeah. They don't get the response they're looking forward to getting. Somewhere, we begin as parents begin to think that my child is spoiled, he's been given too much attention, he has become dependent now, he can never do anything independently. She just wants attention all the time. But what is it actually? What is the child actually seeking by trying to get our attention? No, this attention is not really the attention that we think of. They are trying to establish connection. They don't feel connected. You could see this with older people as well. I can spend enough and more time with somebody, according to me, and they never feel like I have spent enough time with them. Because I have been multitasking, I've been looking at my phone, I've been reading something, I've been half absent mindedly answering their questions, and they see that, they feel it. Adults may eventually choose to withdraw, but children keep trying. But when this need for connection is full, they feel it completely, then children start withdrawing. They come, they tell us something, and then they go off on their own and start playing or doing their homework or doing something else. Only when they don't see this connection truly being there, they keep trying to connect again and again with us. So for young children, until about age 3 or 4, it is survival. You see children starting their nursery school or play school, they cry their heart out. They feel like they're going to lose their parents forever. And they're super duper happy when you go back to pick them, because it's a survival instinct. I feel safe and secure around my parents. As the child grows up a little bit, until about 7, 8 years of age, they want to share everything with you. Most of them. There are some children who don't open their mouths or share anything, but majority of them, every small thing, the stone they collected, the rock they saw, the leaf they put in their pocket, they want to show it until a point where we don't show enough interest, or we start telling them, what garbage have you brought home, throw that away. Then they start hiding, but they want to share every discovery, and they want your attention. They want you to enjoy that piece of rock the way they see it, they enjoyed it. For me it's just a piece of rock, so I drop it, right? So children in the second stage of development, from about 7 to 14, they're growing up now, they have understood, they have their belief systems now. They want appreciation, they want guidance, they want us to participate in a different level as a friend. They don't want our attention in the way that younger children wanted: sit next to me, hold me, cuddle me, be with me, that kind of stuff. But they definitely want acceptance, appreciation, for the adult to feel my presence. I do matter to you, kind of. That message needs to be given to these growing children. And when they go beyond 12, 13, 14, the teenagers, interestingly, they appear to reject us. They move away, they defy us, they argue, they fight. It's not that they don't want it, they secretly seek that emotional availability. They want me to be available for them, they want me to be guiding them, accepting them without questioning them. Don't interfere, but just accept. The form of clinginess changes as the children develop. That need for connection changes, but it never truly disappears. That is true with us as well. We do want that connection all the time. But somehow in the younger ages, when we are also busy with other responsibilities, these attention seeking, connection seeking need may become a misbehavior. When the child does something and it kind of bothers us, we need to look at, is there the emotions that they feel, they feel, is it empty? It's just like, when we are hungry, stomach is empty and I crave for food, something like that. They don't feel seen. I may be spending time with them, that's different. But spending quality time where I sit down, do what the child does, listen to them completely, respond to them the way they move on to the next question, rather than keep repeating the same thing. Mommy look, mommy look, mommy look, is an indication that we are not paying the attention to the extent they feel it. They don't feel seen. They may be doing homework and I say, good, you've finished your homework. But I won't even say that actually. I said, I just take it for granted that they need to finish their homework. But when they don't, then I'm up there to remind them. So rather than that, when they finish their homework, you seem to be quite proud today that you finished your homework on time. They feel seen. You washed your feet. They feel seen. You cleaned up the plate. You ate everything that was served to you. They feel seen. Simple things, they're nothing complicated. Otherwise, children see us as being physically present, but I'm loaded with my own things and definitely I'm absent. So what happens is this attention, getting attention, the way they want to get attention, it kind of converts into me rewarding their misbehavior. So for example, when the child does their homework on time, when they finish eating, everything is like taken for granted. The minute they spill something, the minute they just randomly turn on the TV, I am all alert. I say, not now, after you finish your meal. No, go do that first. So I'm correcting them. Well, I'm getting attention as far as the child goes. So I would do anything to get attention. So I start doing some things that my parents don't like me to do. Because somewhere there is this connection that gets set. My bad behavior or not so acceptable behavior gets me attention. So let me do that. And then it becomes a habit, of course, after some time. Maybe a child is not made comfortable with transitions. Many young parents, parents of young children, they run away, they escape. Babysitter comes, you take her in, you distract her, and I'll escape. Then when the child comes back into the house or to the common place, they see parents are not there. There's a fear that sets in. But if I can set the transition in a way the child knows that the babysitter comes and parent is around, they all together have some tea, coffee, whatever, then the caretaker begins to play and the parents will say bye-bye, see you in the evening, whatever, and separate, then it's predictable. It might be very difficult in the beginning. I had one child, one of the teachers in my school, Her child was in the nursery class and cried his throat out the minute she dropped him. Every single day. He could never get over it. Somewhere, mother going away, he never saw her coming back. Though she went and picked him up in the evening, still the transition was not set in him. And there could be many other changes that happen in the family that will tick off this connection seeking behavior. One child, two parents, grandparents, all doting on the child, great. The second child comes. There could be the problem. So we need to look for changes in the environment when the child started becoming clingy. We could maybe move a house. They were familiar with where that one toy or one blanket was put, and now there is a new place they don't know. So they want my help to always to go find that toy, find that book, find that blanket. Right? So maybe parent got ill, and then we say, okay, infection, don't go near mom, don't go near dad, don't go near grandparents. Why all of a sudden? So any of these triggers can also create that lack of connectedness in the child. And they want to come closer, more. Maybe they have not yet learned independent play. Especially during COVID time, we had these sessions going on, and the parents would say, I have to work from home. I lay everything for my child on the floor by my desk. But the minute I get onto the call, the child starts crying. So when I can pay full attention to the child, when the child is not try to be distracted or whatever, I need to teach them how to play with things. Maybe blocks. I just pour blocks and I expect them to play hours on end. No, I need to teach them how to build the tower, how to lay it out to make a road, whatever it is. So independent play is not automatic. Many a times children need only few minutes of my time, not 50 moments of distracted replies. Right? Instead of saying go play, I begin playing with the child and slowly distance myself a little bit, not just leave the child and go away the minute they get involved. Then they are afraid to get involved in the game. That's why they come back with this additional need to connect. So we need to build it when things are right. When the child is not craving for attention. So it becomes a daily rhythm. Typically, we begin responding when the behavior of the child becomes a misbehavior, when the behavior becomes difficult. So we put them in front of the TV, or we start feeling guilty for working and not giving them attention. When I'm guilty, then the kind of attention I give to the child is not predictable. Sometimes I overdo it, sometimes I underdo it, so child doesn't know what to do around with me. So when I give enough dependence for the child, when I allow that dependence, out of that dependence grows the independence. So this is something we need to do, we need to observe before we want the child to be independent or on their own. Involving them in the activities I do. Children rarely want to play with toys. You see young children, they would want to come and empty your kitchen cabinets, not play with those beautiful toys. Right? Allow them to wash the vegetables, allow them to knead the dough a little bit. Of course, it's going to be a little messy. Involve children in helping you cleaning up also. That way they are with you, watching you, learning skills, along with feeling safe and secure because you are around until they have enough of this connection, their need for connection is fulfilled, and they're now happy to be a bit away from you, independent from you. Now, the same clinginess that we do not like in the beginning years, when they grow up and when they move away, we start feeling sad that they have moved away. We start feeling guilty later on also. So instead of that, understand the child is asking. do I still matter to you? And if I can answer that saying, yes, it doesn't matter, yes, you still matter to me, then I think the children would not cling as much. But this needs to be consistent. Thank you.